Sup Bros, it's Terry again, and today I'll be talking about what the difference between a dude and a dude bro is. The reason I'm doing this video is because, as I mentioned in my intro video, a while back I started seeing feminists throw the term dude bro this, dude bro that, dude bros out as pejorative, and I decided to see exactly what their definition of a dude bro was. Because I'm a dude bro. So I went out and did a quick Google search of the difference between dude and dude bro, because they didn't just say dudes. And so I found this opinion piece by Jill Filipovic. Dude or dude bro, 10 ways to tell. The short answer is that the dude bro is a sexist, homophobic douche. But bro, get this, it's not that hard to just be a dude. So I will be reading through this article and giving my opinion on it. I do like how it has a picture of Chad Kroeger from Nickelback on there. I think we can all agree no one really likes him or them. So here we go. As a straight single woman in my 20s, I love me some dudes, but I can't stand the dude bros. And I weep at the fact that dude bro culture seems to be quickly taking over dude culture. What is a dude bro, and how is he different from the standard dude? Am I splitting hairs? Answers vary, but the dude bro seems to be fairly synonymous with the douche, an insult I remain strongly in favor of. Then why don't you just use that? You don't need to have a insult for every single type of person that there is in the world, you know. He's Guy Fieri. He's the Abercrombie-wearing frat boy pumping his fist and screaming, USA! USA! at the concert you're attending. Seriously, what's wrong with that? Really? I'm sure you yell and scream yourself at concerts, because just about everyone at a concert will yell and scream at a concert, bro. He's walking through the Burger King drive-in drunk at 3 a.m. You know, I've seen lots of different people do that. Different types of people do that, not just dude bros. I've seen women do that. And probably calling the cashier a fag. He's probably wearing some variety of khaki short and maybe a baseball hat. What's wrong with that, bro? Seriously, what's wrong with half of these things? He's probably white, probably fairly affluent, probably he was in a fraternity, and definitely refers to his male friends as his bros. Again, what is wrong with that? And have you talked with any of these bros? Have you got to know them at all? Or are you just going off of what you see them just doing without actually seeing if they're, more than what you are just perceiving them as? Anyway, dude bros are, of course, not the same in every pocket of the United States. They always adapt to the local culture, creating insular groups of men who use cultural cues like clothing and speech patterns to display their dude broness and who militantly share the same tastes and preferences. Some variation on this theme of mediocre bands, mediocre restaurants, and sorority girls. In New York, he's the finance douche. In Orange County, he drives a ridiculous car. In North Carolina, he's cheering for Duke. Well, someone's obviously a Tar Heel. But seriously, you're seriously judging an entire group of people solely based on their clothing. This is seriously the most shallow thing ever. And so what if they like the same bands and restaurants, and who are you to say that those things are mediocre? And lots of non-frat bros like sorority girls, bro. Seriously. So, why all the hate? Can't I just let bros be bros? No. Bros are a scourge on American culture, and their intense conformity is disturbing in itself. Intense conformity, bro? Seriously? Have you actually associated with them outside of them going out in groups in public? Really? Have you? Or are you just watching frat movies and Adam Sandler movies? Seriously, where are you getting this? You're citing sources for tons of other things, but not these things. I understand this is an opinion piece, but if you're going to give examples, where are the examples of this? You are giving examples for some things, but not others. Please be consistent. But they're also displaying a toxic brand of masculinity that's harmful to both men and women. Dude bro culture centers on a conventional masculinity that doesn't leave room for much individuality, let alone serious deviation from heterosexual male norms. You do realize that not every gay guy is effeminate, right? You do realize that there are some gay guys who like the uber masculine type of image, right? Not every single gay bro is the same. Are you going to accuse a more masculine gay bro of being toxic just because he likes to dress preppy and work out? Really? And if you like sports and traditionally masculine things? Because, like I said, some gay people, in fact, like traditionally masculine things. And the heterosexual norms that dude bros embrace are largely about exercising dominance over women. Their version of sex is something men get from women, even if they have to coerce or force it. I'm going to have to borrow from Teal Deer here and say, citation needed. Yes, there are certainly men out there who are, in fact, rapists, but not all of them. In fact, I am pretty sure if you actually look through on a case-by-case basis, don't conform to the stereotypical frat bro image that you are painting here. Because the stereotypical frat bro image that you're talking about here usually happens in a very specific age range. And I'm sure if you actually looked at the data, you'd find that there's a wide range of ages, genders, and sexualities present in rape cases on the rapist's side. And men who aren't sexually predatory and hyperconformist to frat boy standards, fags, obviously. Again, are you just getting this from movies? Have you actually seen any of this? Luckily, most dudes aren't dude bros, and male culture in the US is shifting to allow a diversity of male experience and expression. Male friendships are increasingly highlighted in popular media, and intense, emotionally complex friendships between men are increasingly acceptable. What? There are plenty of movies about male relationships. Let's see, when was this written? 2012. Yeah, the Hangover movies had already started coming out by now, but I'm sure those are not the movies that you're referring to. And there's plenty of movies that explore male friendships, and lots of subplots on popular television shows that explore male friendships. Well, I don't understand what you're talking about. Are you referring to specifically ones that explore homoerotic relationships? Sure, there aren't that many of those, and there's nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with homosexual friendship relationships. And yes, those are not necessarily common right now, but they are becoming increasingly common. So I don't get what you're saying here. So how do you know if you're a regular dude or a dude bro? Here are a few questions to help you along. Number 1. Are your male friends dudes who you actually talk to about stuff other than sports or whatever woman you've most recently banged? Yes, actually. And the thing is, if you're at a sports bar on a Friday or Saturday and there's a ball being kicked or thrown around or dribbled and passed, those bros are probably there to watch sports and talk about sports. If by chance you're at a nightclub on a Saturday night and there's a bunch of bros talking together, they are probably talking about the women they are interested in banging because, hey, they're probably meeting with those women. They're probably dating those women. Seriously, bro. Context. But I'm sure that if you actually got to know some of these bros, that you'd actually hear them talk about more than just that. Because, believe it or not, they do. Well, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 or 3 out there that don't, but those bros aren't interesting to talk to. Number 2. Do you find women genuinely interesting human beings who you enjoy knowing as people, or do you think they're really advanced blow-up dolls whose main benefits, vaginas and boobs, are often outshadowed by their serious downsides, opinions, and nagging? Well, bro, let me ask you this. Do you find men genuinely interesting human beings who you enjoy knowing as people, or do you think they're just really advanced workhorses whose main benefits, cock and balls, are often overshadowed by serious downsides, opinions, and appearance? Seriously. But personally, yes, women that I know, I usually do find interesting. Not all of them, because not everyone is interesting to everyone because of opinions, bro. I will probably find a woman who is more interested in sports more interesting than someone who talks about makeup all the time, because I personally am not interested in makeup. I'm also kind of interested in fashion, so if a woman wants to talk fashion with me, I'm probably going to be interested. I'm interested in sports and rodeo and a whole lot of things, and if the woman I'm talking to doesn't share any of my interests, I'm probably not going to want to talk with her. I mean, I like more stuff than just that. But, I'm sure you're the same with guys. I'm sure if a bro came up to you and neither of you had anything in common, you probably wouldn't want to talk to them. 3 and 4 I'm going to merge into one. Do you use phrases like, that's so gay, to deride something that you don't like? Do you regularly call other men fags because they do something you think is stupid? And 4, if someone gets testy when you use words like fag, do you defend yourself with some version of, but I have a friend who's gay? Well, actually, personally, I do not use those phrases. I am not the type of bro that does that. But I'm not going to stop someone from doing that because let me let you in on a little secret. Gay people use those as a put down as well. Yes, I have seen plenty of gay people calling other gay guys fags because they didn't meet this type of standards they wanted in another guy. I've heard them say such and such thing, like sports or whatever, is also gay. I've heard them call other gay people gay as a put down. So until they stop doing it, I mean, they're not even making it a term of endearment like the black people do with the N-word. They're using it to tear other people down. So until they stop using it, I'm not going to stop other guys from using it. Actually, there is another instance that I will, but we haven't gotten to the point that involves that yet. 5. Did you vote for Mitt Romney? And if you didn't vote for Mitt Romney, is it because politics is just like so gay? No, I didn't vote for Mitt Romney, bro. And I didn't vote for Mitt Romney because politics is gay or anything. It's because, well, I'm a bull. And bovine kind usually does not have voting rights in United States, Canada, or any other country that has a democratic process. So, I have the privilege of not being able to be blamed for whoever's in office. It's actually kind of nice. 7. Is targeting the really drunk girl the best way to get laid? Do you think girls get wasted so that their inhibitions will be lowered and they'll do you? No, I do not think that targeting a really drunk girl is the best way to get laid. I think that the best way to get laid is to actually cultivate a genuine relationship with someone, because if you're fake, she's going to find out that you're fake and break up with you. Simple as that. And as far as, do I think that girls get wasted because of the inhibitions thing? Yes, I do. Because, believe it or not, bros do that too. There are a lot of bros who have social anxiety when it comes to meeting women because they're afraid that they'll get rejected. And so to get over that, they will consume alcohol to lower their inhibitions so they feel more comfortable talking to women. And I am sure that there are women who are nervous about talking to men who do the same thing. Now, do I think every woman does it? No. Just like not every bro will do that. And sometimes those interactions end up with sex. And if they both said yes, it's fine. 8. Do you know what negging is? Is it a tactic you've employed during your dating life? Well, I haven't dated in a while because I have a cow friend. But negging, no, I don't know what negging is. I looked it up on Wikipedia, though. And it is essentially a backhanded comment meant to get a woman to lower her guard so that she'll be more interested in talking to you or something. For example, like, nice nails, bro. Are they real? I've never used it, but I have seen women use it to tear other women down. So, I think one is worse than the other. 9. Do you think Judd Apatow is a comic genius? And did you think the same thing about Pauly Shore 10 years ago? I don't really pay attention to comedians, so I don't know who either of those people. Well, I've heard of Pauly Shore, but I couldn't tell you a thing about either of them. 10. Am I a fat, ugly, man-hating dyke bitch for writing this article? Well, no, you are not fat or ugly based on the picture you have up there. But are you a man-hating dyke bitch? Well, if a man-hating dyke bitch is someone who grossly stereotypes an entire group of people under insular stereotypes, then yeah, bro. If you actually need me to tell you what answers point to you're a dude, bro, I'm sorry, bro, but you may be guilty as charged. But all hope is not lost. Most of us make mistakes in our youth. True story, I was a Christian virginity pledger, purity ring and all. To the dude bros who don't want to be rapey, homophobic creeps, there's plenty you can do to have male friends, like sports, have a good time, and be whatever kind of man you want to be and still not be a jerk. So, what you're talking about is jerks and douchebags. You don't need to make up a whole new word for it. First, Push back against misogyny and homophobia in your social circle. Yeah, fag and bitch are just words, but they're words with a lot of punch. Lots of fags and bitches here thrown at them when they're being physically assaulted. Don't tolerate them. You know what other words are thrown around when someone's being physically abused or physically assaulted or even emotionally abused? Love, as in, you know I love you, right? Or best, I'm just doing this because it's the best for us. Or like, I don't like you doing that. So, bro, I'm not going to censor anyone because any word can be used in an abusive way. However, if I see someone being physically assaulted and those words are being used, I will step in. I'm not going to let someone be beaten up for being gay or a woman. I will actually step in those cases. But if someone's just casually throwing the word gay as in saying, that shirt's just so gay, no, I'm not going to. Thing is, if one of my bros doesn't like me saying it, I won't say it around them because I care about my friends. But I'm not going to censor other people just because. But I will actually get involved if I see someone being beaten up or abused. Second, fight against the toxic sexual culture. Obviously, don't coerce women into sex, but also don't tolerate social norms to make it acceptable to coerce women into sex. Help build a masculinity that understands women have sexual desire too, and that says it's profoundly pathetic to have to basically trick or talk someone into sleeping with you. Stop right there. You are equating the only thing you mentioned up there that has anything to do with this in an active way was using pickup artistry. You are equating a pickup artist technique to coercive sex. Now, coercion means to use force or threats to make someone do something. That is rape. You are conflating pickup artistry with fucking rape. That's wrong. Seriously, bro. Yes, the majority of bros actually do realize that women want something out of sex too. But you know what? When you frame it as trick or talk someone into sleeping with you, what the fuck do you think dating is? Dating is a series of meetings where you're talking to someone and wanting to get into an intimate relationship with them. And sure, tricking someone into having sex with you by pretending you're something you're not, that's stupid. It's going to end the relationship as soon as the partner finds out that the person is not who they are. But that's not rape. That is nothing like rape. Seriously, bro, you're conflating too many things here. And that's just wrong. Third, battle gender conformity. Dress and talk and socialize however you want, but recognize that there are myriad of ways to be a man, and what kind of pants or skirt and makeup you wear has exactly zero to do with maleness or strength or character. Don't undermine the masculinity of men who display it differently than you do. Just let dudes be dudes. Bro, you do realize that some bros actually want to be more feminine, right? That's the reason why they dress more feminine and act more feminine. It's because they don't feel as comfortable being masculine. And that's okay. If a man does not want to be typically masculine, that's fine. But the reason why some of these bros do that is because they feel more feminine. And you are actually doing a huge disservice in this point right here to men who want to express their feminine side. Because they want to express their feminine side more than their masculine side. I'm fine with the concept some women are more masculine than feminine, and some men are more feminine than men. And a lot of people are fine with that concept. But trying to say you need to open up the masculinity club to include more feminine men, that's totally asinine, bro. And you don't get to... Why are you fucking speaking on behalf of men anyway? You're a woman. And, I mean, that's entirely... Actually, bros, there's going to be a video coming up on that subject. But, also, if you'd stop propping up the careers of bands like Nickelback, that would be great too. I can agree with you on that, bro. I have a lot of feelings towards this article, and I think I've gotten them out, so I'll leave this right there. Have a good one, and peace out, bros.